Welcome to Cory's Conscious Living. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? It's Friday night. It's Friday. That means that the Veggie patch is having a party. Yay! Alright, get comfortable in bed. Get ready for my story. It's all about vegetables tonight. Vegetables and the Veggie patch. I want to tell you all about them. There's some very cute characters. There's Cam. Cam's a cucumber. He's the tallest of the bunch and he's very, very skinny. But when it's Friday Funday party day, his favourite thing to do in the entire world is the splits. He only has tiny little legs and a very, very, very long, skinny body. But boy, can he do the splits. It's Friday! Friday party day, said Cam, doing the splits here, there and everywhere in the Veggie patch. Come on everyone, gather round, it's time for party time! Benji, the broccoli, loved to spread his broccolettes all over the place. He had lots and lots and lots of babies. He called them his broccolettes, and they were tiny and green and cute, and they liked to all kind of mosh together on Friday Funday party day. They would mosh together and run back and then run back in the circle and run back out of the circle and run back in the circle. They were very cute. Tabby, the tomato, well, she liked to bounce. And when she bounced, sometimes she got very excited and she would bounce and bounce and bounce. And sometimes she had to be careful because sometimes, as you know, tomatoes can be very juicy. So if she bounced too much, sometimes she would split little splits in her tomato skin and she would juice everywhere. But everyone always thought it was really funny, like it was raining. And then there was Zeb, the zucchini. He was a very cool dude. He kind of had a gang of zucchinis that hanged around with him. He had little shades that he would wear for Friday Funday party day. And they all wore shades. And sometimes they would all wear little black t-shirts. They were cool, like a cool gang. And then the onions, they always kind of stuck to themselves, but everyone always gathered around the onions because they were so funny and they made everyone cry laughing. The garlic in the Veggie patch was a little bit stinky, so they kind of kept themselves to themselves unless you had a cuddle with the garlic and then you kind of smelt like garlic too and then you didn't even notice anymore. So everybody cuddled the garlic if they wanted to hang around with them and then they didn't smell the garlic anymore and it was just fine. There was Lenny the lettuce. He was a little bit sensitive. You had to be careful with him on Friday Funday party day in the Veggie patch because if you hugged him or moshed him or did any crazy dancing around him and you banged him around too much, you would get very bruised very easily because he was a very frail, delicate lettuce. So he liked to just kind of sit with his little legs crossed and nod his head and watch everyone as they were doing their dancing and things like that. But yeah, Lenny, he was a bit sensitive. And then there was Carrie the kale. She was tough. Boy, was she good at roller skating or rollerblading, or you know when they go under the pole and they have to get lower and lower and lower. What's that called now? Is it the lumber? I forgot what it was called, but she is really, really good at it. They all had so much fun together on Friday Funday party day. Yes! Every week they would take turns to choose the music, and every week they would have like a different theme. And this week's theme was Hawaiian theme. So everyone had leis and flowers. It was very, very fun. You can imagine them all just kind of dancing down there in the veggie patch, doing their thing. No humans, of course, were ever invited to the Veggie Fun Friday parties. No humans allowed, just veggies. Sometimes the peas would come, but they were sometimes a little bit awkward because the peas kind of got under everybody's feet. There were so many of them, and before you know it, you'd be skating all over the place, trying to get your balance on the peas, and they just thought it was hilarious, and they would giggle and laugh. Sometimes some veggies would come from other places. There was one time Sally and all of her friends, the butternut squash friends, all came from one of the neighbours' yards. It got so that this Friday Funday party was so popular that all the different veggies heard about it in the neighbourhood, and they would come over. The pumpkins would come over, the butternut squashes would come over, all the different veggies that you could possibly think of would hang out at Friday Funday party nights, and they would talk about, when they got together, all the wonderful things that they could become in the future. I want to be veggie soup! And they'd all go, yes, me too. I love veggie soup. All the different vegetables together is the best thing in the world. And then someone would pipe in and say, oh no, you can't beat a good omelette. A vegetable omelette, especially with me, said Broccoli. I am the best in veggie omelettes. And they would all talk and sit down, and then sometimes they would get up and dance, and then they would sit down again, and they would kind of make a little bonfire and sit around the fire and talk about things in the future. Oh, there were one time they were so excited about possibly becoming a vegetable bake with gorgeous creamy sauce and pasta, and the carrots were like, oh yeah, we're so good in that, and the peas were like, oh yes, we're the best at vegetable bake. It seemed like all the different veggies had different favourite dishes that they were really, really excited to be a part of, and they all thought they were the bestest in the world. Like, who can beat pumpkin pie, Pumpkin would say. And they'd all kind of struggle with that one because pumpkin pie is very good after all, isn't it? But then they would be like, I can beat that, the mushrooms would say. We love ratatouille, we love ratatouille. And they would all get excited about being possibly in the ratatouille in the future. It was a fun evening for the vegetables. Friday Funday, party day, was the best day of the week. Can you imagine all the little party animal veggies dancing, strutting the stuff in the little sunglasses and the cool t-shirts, all getting together, talking about all the possible cool things they could do in the future? I wish sometimes that they did let humans be a part of their vegetable parties. It would be so much fun partying with the veggies down there at the bottom of the garden, don't you think? We could have a really good time. All right. What vegetable would you be if you could possibly be a vegetable? And what would be your favorite dish that you could be a part of if you were a vegetable? I think I would be a tomato, and then I would make the bestest lasagna in the entire world. I have to think about that one, Let me know when you get a chance what your vegetable would be and what your favourite dish would be. Alright, let's get snuggly and sleepy. Even though it's Friday Fun Day, we still have to go to sleep, don't we? Make sure that you're all comfortable and snug as a bug in your bed. If you haven't done so already, close your eyes. It's time to imagine that you can see out of your window in your bedroom and you're watching the veggie patch all the way down there at the bottom of the garden. And none of the vegetables know that you're watching. And when they think no one's looking and it's all quiet and safe, they all start to uproot from the ground, put on their shades and their t-shirts, put the lights and the streamers from the trees and all around. Even the tiny little vegetables, tiniest little vegetables, the baby vegetables that you weren't even thinking were there yet, that hide underneath the soil, they all come out, peek their heads up through the soil. It's Friday Funday party day. That's what they say. And all of the insects can go because they're invited. Because sometimes there's no getting away from the insects when you're vegetables. They're just there. They're there all the time. So the ants go, and the slugs go, and the aphids go. All of the little tiny insects that like to hang around with the vegetables, they all go to Friday Funday party day too. And you can see it all happening from your bedroom window. Can you imagine how cool that would be? And they don't know you're there, remember, because no humans are invited to Friday Funday parties. So you have to be very still, very, very still, and very quiet. Shh. Lay as still as you can with your eyes closed. And use your mind and your imagination and imagine that they can't see you standing by the window. You watch them dancing, running and playing all different games. You can see Cam the cucumber doing his splits, and all the little broccolettes dancing and playing with their dad. You can see how excited the tomato gets when she jumps all over the place, and then she's so juicy and fresh that sometimes she juices and splats all over the place and everybody thinks it's really funny. You can see it all, but you have to be very quiet and very, very still. Shh. The more you relax, the more you get your body to fall to sleep. The quicker you fall to sleep, the quicker you could possibly go down to the veggie patch and have a Friday Funday party with them. You could pretend that you're your favorite vegetable. I could pretend I'm a tomato. You could pretend that you're your favorite vegetable, and we can hang out at the party. But you have to be asleep. See if you can lay even stiller than you were before, even quieter than you were before. let your body get really, really heavy and sleepy and tired. We're almost there. You just keep being as still as you possibly can and as quiet as you possibly can, and we'll be at the party really, really soon. You're doing really, really good at being very quiet and still. We're gonna have so much fun when we get there.